Any champion, by the way. So when you started typing on a keyboard, right, you had to look at your key just to make sure that you were pressing the right key. And eventually, you've gotten to a point where you don't have to look at your keyboard. So in League of Legends, it's the exact same thing. At first, you have to be looking at your character at all times just to make sure that you're like not literally running into a turret. You know, in like the tutorial, I don't know if you play the tutorial, but sometimes it shows like a Nunu just running straight into the turret. And like they just instantly die. Like you walk in, then you realize like, oh shit, like I walked in and I'm getting hit by the turret. That's why the tutorial focuses on you looking at your character. But eventually you have to get to a point where you're not even looking at your character 90% of the time. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with like Bjergsen. 90% of his game is spent looking at the enemy and looking at minions. And so that's what makes him such a good player, because he doesn't have to look at the abilities that he's casting, right? There's no reason for you to look at your champion using their abilities other than aesthetic. Unless you like Briar, like looking at Briar and using the abilities, you don't really need to look at your champion. Whereas you don't know what this champion has used unless you look at them. Does that make sense? So like cognitively, you'll know that you press these buttons, but cognitively, you won't know that this person used their buttons unless you look at them. I'm Daption, an ex-pro player for Cincinnati Fear, rank 2 on support, rank 14 on ADC on the NA ladder, and a CLOL champion. After years of competing at the top of North America, I've helped a ton of students finally hit their dream ranks by showing them what actually wins games. If you're serious about climbing this season, book a session and I'll help you see the game the way a challenger does. Stop guessing, start improving. For real. I'm going to just give you a quick overview of your guys' team comps because I think it's really important for you to recognize what kind of like advantages you guys have. Briar, do you think of like ganking or farming jungler?
Definitely she can farm pretty well, but she prioritizes ganking.
So I think it's good to get your ganks off, and she's really good at getting kills because of her point and click CC. It's just 1v1 sometimes versus like specific junglers like Jax or any like counter matchup. It's going to be really hard for you to like get behind in golden EXP. So I want you to be very careful with ganking early, because if you get behind an enemy farming jungler, your one gank will not have been worth it if they get to out farm you. Okay, so just be a little bit careful with that. Okay, but trust me, like I love it when my jungler is gank for me, so I'll never say no. And then their jungler, what do you think of their jungler?
Talon is okay. You can never chase a Talon. It's a little bit of a difficult matchup for me because once he goes into his shroud, once he has level 6, I can't really do much against him because I lose aggro on him when he goes into invisibility.
Yeah.
So because of that, I kind of have to level 1 through 6. I'd either need to get an advantage in my lanes or just play to farm and compete for objectives.
That's really good. The only thing I'll say out of all that is I used to have this mentality of like, okay, this is gonna sound like a fucking cringe lyric, but don't ever like say you'll never be able to do something. So like, for example, back in the day, I had like this rule of, this was like 10 years ago, I had friends that would say like never chase a singed. But the reality of the situation is sometimes you're gonna have to chase the singed. So just don't like don't knock it just because it sounds like a bad idea. But I definitely see like the reason why you wouldn't want to chase into them, right? Like there's a reason. It's just sometimes if you just follow that rule of never follow or never chase the Talon, you might miss out on kills. Okay. Does that make sense? Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't have said never. I should say unless if he has his R up, there isn't much I can do in a 1v1 scenario with him.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. It's good that you know your 1v1 as well, because sometimes jungle matchups are fucking weird. You might verse a jungle fizz. So, okay, that's perfect. So both junglers are looking to outpace each other, basically. And if they get a cheese gank off, the other side should out farm. Other than that, okay. In term, this is a little weird, and this is a little weird, but
yeah, I thought Year two. It's this was a ranked flex game, so
Mhm. Okay. I think the main thing to look at when you're so what side do you think you're pathing actually? Let me ask that first. Kind of like giving you a trick
um
question.
most of the time you path for bot. It's just in general, but for me it's a little bit unplayable to play against an Ashe that's going to be slowing me and a Blitz that's going to be hooking me under tower. So because when I'm chasing them down, all Blitz has to do is just run under tower and hook me.
Hmm.
So I ended up playing for top. Top Pantheon has Ignite, so a little bit more volatile lane, and Jax is really strong when he gets ahead. So
Mm-hmm. Um,
so yeah, that was my thought process.
yeah, no, that's definitely it's definitely good to think like that. It's just I'm trying to think of a way to not flame your teammates while I'm saying this because you said it's a rank flex game. Um, huh.
This is kind of why I didn't want to go over this replay because
Okay, I'll apologize to if you're cute as a ranked fives. I'm sorry to all of your friends. Um, I'm gonna unfortunately have to
I
go.
wasn't, I was solo queued.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna say that I don't want to insult your friends, but I'm gonna have to. So I'm glad you didn't have to put that on me. I apologize to whoever I'm flaming, but it's good to be honest. But I'm not gonna be an asshole about it. So your bot lane is actually supposed to be winning. So I'm gonna give you the theory behind it, but I want you to realize the theory is almost never what's gonna happen in your games. But I just want you to have the understanding that like, okay, so you're playing a double range lane, right? And then you have one ranged and then one melee, right? In this lane, who do you think should be able to get the push and get pressure in the lane?
Definitely our lane.
Yeah. But is that what's gonna
Obviously
happen?
for Zyra.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry. Is that what's gonna happen in your games?
Who knows?
Exactly, right? And if you're banking on the fact that your bot lane, mind you, this is a pretty volatile lane if the enemy bot lane plays it correctly, like they should be able to trade on your Zyra, blah, 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 maybe blow her flash. Your bot lane's gonna die on repeat. Okay. So you either will path bot to make sure that they don't get dove on repeat, or not dove, sorry. They're not gonna get ganked on repeat. And make sure that your 3v3 is winning. So when you look at Briar, don't mind this, and then don't mind this. When you think of 3v3, who do you think wins?
I think we do.
Yes. The only issue is if one of your backline members gets hooked, who wins? Them or you?
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
do, 100%.
So the setup to the fight matters the most. If your team gets to play like Blitzkrieg misses his hook, you guys automatically win. Okay. So other than that, like if this was a challenger game, I would tell you to path bot. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I agree.
it's confusing, but I'm telling you to do something, but in your games it's not going to be the same. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because the farther you go, the more your bot lane's going to get punished if you don't path towards them. But for now, I want you to prioritize yourself because until your teammates prove to you that they can carry a game, I want you to like focus on you carrying the game. Okay, Josh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So other than that, I think pathing to top is also really good. So whenever you're deciding where to path, I want you to think about the 3v3 and then the 2v2. And what I mean by that is when you go top, what's the 2v2 looking like? And then when you go bot, what's the 3v3 looking like? So do you think you win top 2v2? Do you think you win top or bot 3v3? So we talked about the bot 3v3. Do you think you win top 2v2?
I think we do if it depends on how far Pantheon is pushed up in the lane, but generally yes.
Yes. There's one more thing that I want to add. If one of you or Jax are below half HP, you will instantly die to a flash Pantheon W. Okay. So his job,
Yes.
there's a lot of like Honestly, they have 2 assassins in the top side, but just making sure that you're above like 60% HP so that you're ready for a fight is really important. Other than that, I think we're good. We're gonna think about. I'm gonna like play forward what's gonna happen in the early game. We're gonna talk about. Sorry. Also, whenever you're reviewing, please make sure that you only show on your vision, because looking at the entire map worth of vision doesn't really matter because you don't get to see that in game. Okay. So, okay. Do you ever award the Raptors or ask for a word on the Raptors? Do you ever do that?
I do. Most of the games I do. I think
Okay.
this game I did not, and that was actually a mistake. I agree.
Yeah. It's just, well, I know why you didn't do it. It's because your Hui was AFK. He was like way too late to the lane. So maybe you were just thinking like he can't go now. The only other thing is like getting. What's up?
Oh, I did ask him to stand. I asked him, "Can you stand at Raptors?" And then he didn't. So that's why I ended up.
Oh, I see.
Oh
no,
I
that
think
makes
you
sense.
see on my ping, I question mark it.
Yeah, I see. I saw the chat. That's usually honestly that's the first thing that I look at whenever I get in game. But okay, so 2 things. Do you think that their Talon's gonna invade you?
No.
Okay, so
He can. Oh wait, yeah, he can in theory, but this was a. I didn't think he would do it because, um, why didn't I think he would do it?
well,
I didn't think he would do it. One, because it was silver, and then number 2 was because, he. Maybe that's a little bit too much. Not to flame, but
No, you're good.
I I felt like even if he does invade, I don't feel like he'd get a lot out of it because okay, he takes my blue buff and my Gromp. In theory, I can catch him back because he won't have enough time. Because I know my clear speed and I know that I can catch him even if he does take it on either his Krugs or his Raptors.
So why are you allowed to do that? What? So if he invades you, right, and he takes 2 of your camps, why is it that you're allowed to go into his jungle and fight him?
Because Hui can push.
So yeah,
So he'll have prio.
exactly. It's because your lanes should have prio. The only thing is your top lane is like the most volatile one. He has ignite, so you have to be very careful when you're invading. If the Pantheon gets a good trade off and you're invading, best of luck to you, Josh. There's gonna be some bloody stuff happening, and so that's why I'm trying to tell you like level 1 is the only time where this guy's gonna invade, and that's the only time where I want you to be scared. So I'm completely fine with you standing at Raptors here. Okay. And the likelihood of them invading topside like this is very, very low. So just gonna put that out there. Other thing is, let me look at actually your level 1 deploy. Did you deploy to topside? I think you did, kind of. Yeah, you did. Okay, so they didn't like hard walk in level 1. That's like the most important thing. If honestly their team could just like walk in straight up because they have an Ash Blitzcrank is like pretty strong level 1. But that's not for you to consider right now. Usually until, so the thing you said about silver, reason why I laughed is because you're not wrong. It's just sometimes in silver people are going to do some fucking freaky shit. So just be careful with your preconceived notions of ranks.
Yeah.
I get it though. Don't worry.
I also think like the more consistent I get, yeah, we can just play it because this is just gonna be farming. But
yeah,
I think the more consistent, as long as you stay consistent, that's more important than doing random. Things.
Yeah. Okay, it's kind of like a trick because it's like you have to stay consistent, but at the same time you also have to like be able to adapt. League is just a really weird game like that. But okay, so right now you're going to Skull Crab. You don't know where he pathed, and you're looking at top lane. Like this condition is not looking too good. So no, this is completely fine. If you see the Talon, you'll be able to fight.
I actually do.
What's up?
So when Briar hits W, if there's any close champions, she'll run to him. So when I go to do my So when I go to do my Raptors, I saw the Pantheon on the map.
Oh. Like now. Oh, I thought you meant like level 1. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
level 1 or like now?
Oh, no, no, no. No, at that point in the VOD.
Like now? Sorry, I'm like completely lost.
Go like, just keep watching.
Yeah.
Right here. Okay, so I see him, and then I saw him go here. So
Oh,
then what I did is
see.
I W'd to check the area, and I see him in
Oh,
the bush right there.
I thought you said Pantheon. I was so confused. Okay.
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry,
no.
Talon.
No. You're good. I was, I was thinking like level 1. You W'd your Raptors, and you saw this Pantheon. I was like, wait, how does that work? I don't think that. But no, that makes sense. You're making sure that this guy's not like actually invading you. And mind you, like your only job here is to make sure that you get your Raptors and make sure that your mid laner isn't getting ganked. Okay, so right now you see him. Like I just want you to ping danger on your mid lane because he's probably not looking at it. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Probably could have died here. Yeah.
Yeah, he could have. It's just like the reason why I do that is so what you mentioned at the start of the session is like you want to learn to like learn other people's like perspectives in the game. Whenever this mid laner is playing like this, his camera's like locked. Okay. And like that's not always going to be the case, but people are focused on what's going on in their lane. They won't notice what's like jumping on the mini map. So support and jungle are the two roles that you can just actively like move your map in between camps and when you're hitting the camps, because as jungle, right, you don't really need to look at your camp when you're clearing it unless you have abilities to land. So on Briar specifically, like
Yes.
you don't really need to be looking at your character when it's like W hitting the Raptor camp, right? So you can like pan your camera and then get information. And I want you to like get in the habit of that. You're taking a camp, pan your camera somewhere. I'm not even joking. Like that habit will net you so much information, because let's say, right, this Malzahar keeps on pushing and he stays in lane and they're at this HP. After you do your Raptors and you know that there's no ward bot side, can't you just go and gank this guy and kill him?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's like the next step for you, I think. Are you panning your camera actively?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So I have 4 hotkeys for my champions.
Oh, nice. Use your F keys. Let's go. Oh shit. Okay, wait. Wait, how did you know
this
he was?
is more of a Briar mechanic.
Wait, I'm so confused. How did you know
So
he
this
was
is a Briar
here?
mechanic.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so he popped up in that bush. So go back like 15.
Yeah.
15 seconds when I first saw him.
Okay, so here.
I W'd around because I saw him. So I saw him look like he left, but he didn't pop up on that ward. So I'm like,
Oh, okay.
What I didn't know is if he went Fog of War right there.
I see.
That's why I W'd over, and it automatically aggroes back. And that's a really cool thing is when you W over that wall, you W around, and that also checks that bush. That's bush near dragon.
This bush? Wow, that's insane.
So then.
I didn't even know that.
So then the Raptors I was pulling them out because, okay, he didn't pop up in that bush, so I think I'm safe.
Uh-huh.
But it looked like he was leaving.
No, yeah.
So I was checking that bush, and by then the Raptors had already been pulled, and then that's when it saw him over the wall.
So this is from your Briar W.
This is from Briar W.
That's insane. What the fuck? I
So
didn't even know
Briar
that.
W.
Sorry.
Yeah, Briar W automatically aggroes on any champion that's near him. But if you Q, you can choose what champion or
Uh-huh.
type. So if I Q the Raptors right now, it won't go to Talon, but it'll still.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've never played this champion in my entire life, but I think that's a really useful
it's
thing.
a really yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I was doing that.
Wow. You're smart. Okay, I like it. So, just in terms of fighting, I want you to be thinking about this at all times. So you played it really well, by the way. Just putting that out there. Just like the whole vision thing. And then being able to like fight here, amazing. Right now, do you know what abilities this Talon has?
He has his E, so he can run over the wall, and he can also W.
So he already uses W, and he just Q'd you.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, he okay.
Yeah.
So all he has is E right now.
Yes. So right now, he used everything.
Oh, so I should have kept hitting.
Yeah. He used everything on your damage reduction. So whenever you're playing any champion, by the way, so when you started typing on a keyboard, right, you had to look at your key just to make sure that you were pressing the right key. And eventually, you've gotten to a point where you don't have to look at your keyboard. So in League of Legends, it's the exact same thing. At first, you have to be looking at your character at all times just to make sure that you're like not literally running into a turret. You know, in like the tutorial, I don't know if you play the tutorial, but sometimes it shows like a Nunu just running straight into the turret and like they just instantly die. Like you walk in, then you realize like, oh shit, like I walked in and I'm getting hit by the turret. That's why the tutorial focuses on you looking at your character. But eventually you have to get to a point where you're not even looking at your character 90% of the time. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with like Bjergsen. 90% of his game is spent looking at the enemy and looking at minions. And so that's what makes him such a good player, because he doesn't have to look at the abilities that he's casting, right? There's no reason for you to look at your champion using their abilities other than aesthetic. Unless you like Briar, like looking at Briar and using the abilities, you don't really need to look at your champion, whereas you don't know what this champion has used unless you look at them. Does that make sense? So like cognitively, you'll know that you press these buttons, but cognitively, you won't know that this person used their buttons unless you look at them. So that's another thing. I'm gonna write it down in your notes real quick. Sorry. I'll show. My notes are very barren, but
Oh, that's okay.
sorry, I'm not usually the best note taker, so I don't go to school right now. So, looking at your enemy. So the other one is like whenever you're hitting an objective, looking at the HP is so important for you as a jungler, right? Because you have smite. So those are the two things that I want you to look out for. And then naturally, I'm not even joking, without even realizing, you'll spot the abilities. So as I was looking at you fight, like I was amazed by the whole Briar W situation, but I was looking specifically for what this Talon was using just to make sure that you were like fighting correctly. So right now he uses W, right? And then you use your E, he Q'd you right now. So he has no spells. In game, is that something that you look out for specifically or no?
I try to for specific champs. So there's a lot of really critical abilities like Akali Shroud, Jax, E, that I have to be aware of because otherwise my champion will just die.
Yeah, exactly. So think about it like that, right? Like your champion can't play the game. Sorry, I'll finish this and then let you speak. I'm so good at cutting people off. But your champion can't play the game, literally. If you're playing to Akali W, think about it like this. You can't fight correctly if you're not looking at the enemy's abilities. Also, sorry, go ahead. I cut you off again.
No, that was it. So looking at the Talon's abilities, I knew he had used his Q. I actually missed him using his whatever his like assassin dagger thing is.
Yeah, it's his W. Yeah, it's
Rake.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw him do his rake. I didn't see him do his Q.
Yeah, it's low-key, it's kind of hard to see, but it's just an auto attack reset, so that's why it's really easy for me to like look out for it. But I mean, we could look at that for the rest of the fights just to like get you in the habit of doing that. I don't mind like the flash itself, it's fine. You still got the kill. Okay, so something crazy is about to happen and I can feel it. So okay.
So I burned my tempo here. Actually, pretty bad.
Yeah. So okay, you're
Yeah,
looking at
this
this.
was, I don't know.
Well, okay, why did you want to gank this lane? There's a couple of reasons why you want to gank this
Because
lane.
it's a Malzahar push up with no mana.
Okay. So if Malzahar's pushed up with no mana and you want to gank this, there's one thing that your Hui needs to do for you to be able to gank and kill here. What is it?
Have mana.
Yeah. Yeah, have mana is good. It's just he can do the thing that I'm looking to do without the mana. So he needs to break the spell shield. Because the only way you can kill him, right, is if you can Q and like chase him down. If he has the spell shield lasts for like, I think it's like a second or something like that. Let me see. I think for 0.25 seconds. So I'm a fucking liar. But yeah, basically like the time it takes for the spell shield to like dissipate is going to be the difference between you getting the kill and you not. So you see how like your Q is completely useless. Whereas if the timing of it was also wrong, like you jumped in when he was near his close to his turret, but even if you were to Q him from like, let's say he flashes from here to here and you Q'd him, like you wouldn't be able to kill. So just make sure that whenever you're ganking, you have the right conditions to make the gank happen. Otherwise this is going to happen. And guess what? Now, if the Talon is smart and he sees you walking to bot side because he saw you,
He's gonna invade.
yes, he should invade you. Because looking at your HP bar, and then his mid laner needs space, your mid laner needs space. Yeah, he can just run to your wolves right now and come and kill you. So I want you to be very careful, especially when like using your E here is very dangerous because of the invade. Like Talon can't do anything against you because of your E. If you use it for the healing, you might die. Okay, so I just want you to have it at the back of your mind that you can get invaded. Okay.
Yeah, so instead of me just like blind clearing, there I should have been worried about Talon. So just holding E.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because your champion wins 1v1, right? But you don't win 1v1 if you're like 200 HP with no E, right? So it's just like, I mean, this ability is so insanely broken versus any assassin. Like your E quite literally turns you into a tank versus an assassin that wants to kill you at 30% HP. So they literally have no counterplay versus your E. Okay, so I'm gonna skip forward to 8 minutes because I don't want to forego the mid game aspect of the game. The mid game aspect of the game. Wow. Okay, so whoa. Wow, so you're just to go like that?
He used his R. What else was I supposed to do?
No, that was good. I mean, I just usually don't see Briar's like ult off their camps for this, and it was good. Like you killed him and you were able to.
So I knew I was getting I knew I was gonna get red buff because I got it low enough. So Briar's passive will just kill the camp for me.
Yeah, you have
at
bleed, right?
certain HP levels. Yeah, so I saw that Malzahar was Ring, so I can counter it. Yeah.
You thought that I thought it was a bad R? Maybe it was in the tone of my voice. I apologize.
Oh, no. No, you're good. Well, you were just surprised, and I was like, what else was I supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, just
No, that makes sense.
let him die?
No.
So I put a ward on his red. I was worried about Pantheon here. I was really worried about Pantheon.
Yes, that's good. Yeah, you should be. Actually, wait. The only thing is this guy's HP, so he should have based. Okay, so he can't actually come to you.
Yeah, but
he has R. I know.
yeah. But now it's but 15 seconds later, now it's.
Is there any reason why you didn't just go for the red buff?
I didn't see it.
Oh.
I thought it was down.
Okay, just think about it, right? I mean, I guess you didn't know, but no, you should know. You should know. At the start of the game, right? You pathed up. You went to scuttle. He wasn't there. So what side did this guy path towards? From the start of the game.
He pathed top to bot.
Yeah. So
red buff should have been up. But
yeah, because your red buff.
It's 8:15. It shouldn't be up. It should already be dead.
Well, think about it like this, right? While you were taking your red buff, what was this Talon doing?
He was ganking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a red buff
And
on
he
him right
burned
now.
his tempo trying to invade me.
Yes. So now you should be taking all of his camps. And that honestly, okay, so you have the choice here, okay? This Talon needs to base. Right here, it's extremely crucial, by the way, that you just push him off of his camps. You need to find him. Push him off his raptors right now. He's on his raptors. So he's not allowed to do his camps on this much HP, and you're in the area. You want to burn his camps while preventing him from getting them. So make sure he's not on the raptors, and then make sure he's not on the red. The Krugs matter the least. I'm pretty sure Krugs are the longest, like the camp that takes the longest for you guys to clear, right? The jungle, maybe, sort of, kind of, maybe.
Krugs are red. It's pretty close.
Yeah, because you would much rather take the red or the raptors here, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can do two things. You can push him off the raptors, take raptors and red, or you push him off the raptors, ward his red buff. If he goes to red buff, you go and you kill him, or you take raptors and you go to grubs. So you took Krugs and then went to grubs. Not the worst thing, not the worst thing ever, but should be able to get at least 2 grubs. But you're okay. So this is really important. As you're pulling the objective, I want you to make sure that you're looking at both of the lanes that are implicated in the grubs play, okay? Whatever objective you're playing, okay? So right now, you're pulling this. I don't want you to be looking... Honestly, your camera shouldn't even be on the grubs right now. It should be on this Talon. Just seeing whether or not he gets a red buff, because that will tell you an estimate as to how long it'll take for him to come after his red buff and come to fight you, okay? So that'll help you with the jungler. And then you'll look at your mid lane and your top lane, okay? If you're pulling the grubs, can your top laner help you?
No.
So...
Oh, I'm sorry. Say it one more time.
Sorry, no. You're right. It's just... Well, no. You're like partially right. So if he goes to his way... So when you're pulling the objective, you have to implicate both of the lanes that are adjacent to the objective. So right now it's mid and top. If it was Drake, it would be mid and bot. So right now, you know where the Talon is. You know where your mid laner is. You don't know where their mid laner is. If your top laner sees that you're on grubs, can he make it to the grubs and fight with you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
If he chooses to go.
If he chooses to go, and if he sees this happening. So remember what I said about the mid lane when you were ganking, or like you were clearing your raptors, and I told you to pan your camera because your mid laner is only looking at what is going on the screen, and there was a Talon here that was ready to gank, so you should ping it. The same thing is happening right now. Your Jax is looking at a screen as he's walking, so he's not looking at you. So I want you to spam assist ping on your head, okay? Because these grubs matter way more than these few minions.
Got it.
And then like right here, like there
Not
is
even that. He has a freeze right now.
yeah. I mean, his wave's completely fine. He needs to move here. Like it's his job to immediately move, and he should have been around here right now if he was aware of the situation, and you'd be able to fight. Other thing is, before you're pulling the fight, I want you to be thinking to yourself, okay? If their mid laner and their top laner show up, who is the most scary individual and why out of these two?
Pantheon.
Why?
Well, Malzahar doesn't have his R up.
Yes.
So he can't really do anything against me.
So yeah, out of these two, the one with the point and click CC is always going to be the most important. Okay? This guy has point and click CC. This guy has no R. He has no point and click CC. So if they come and contest you at the objective, right, you have 2 choices. So I'm going to stop the second you see both of them. Both their mid and their top. Okay. Right now, you have a choice. You either go this way or you go this way. Which way should you go?
I should go right.
Okay, that's good. So you should immediately go right, but at the same time, you know that their Talon's coming, and you see that this Pantheon's coming. So even though I'm telling you to go right, I want you to meet up with your Hui by like going this way. You want to go as far away from this guy as possible, and as far away as this guy from what the fuck, as as far away from these two guys as possible, and meet
As
up
far
with
away
your
as from Pantheon.
yeah, exactly. So there's a Talon over here, there's a Pantheon over here. You want to meet up with your Hui, and ideally, right, your Pantheon, like I said, would be around here if he was thinking about the grubs. He's not. So he would walk this way, you would walk this way towards this bush, and then you guys would fight. That would be the optimal. But let's see what happens. Yeah, your Hui just missed all of his abilities. Okay, so you got one grub. Now you have to choose whether or not you want to go for the second grub. Or, yeah, your second grub. So
Okay, here's why I walked in. I saw Jax. If you look at Jax, Jax is in no man's land and is about to die. And I had a feeling we could turn the fight. I knew Hui's abilities were down, but I had a feeling because all my abilities were up that we could do something. And so were Jax's.
Let me think. I think you guys should. I mean, it depends on how you and the Jax play it. So if the Jax E's when Pantheon W's him, you guys should win. But if he doesn't, he's gonna get one shot. Okay? I want to be very clear about this. You and Jax have the same like really cool mechanic of damage reduction. So you're honestly the most at risk. Hui's gonna have his abilities back up. And he's way more useful than Malzahar in a team fight, by the way, without their ultis. So I'm fine with you thinking, okay, my Hui is winning. You win your 1v1 versus Talon. But then this guy is the biggest like X factor. Not like the show, but he's going to be the difference maker in this fight. Whoever he W's, if they get one shot, you lose the fight. So that's how I want you to think. So yes, this fight is winnable. Okay. I do want to make sure that you're aware of this though. The second they enter the pit like this, okay, are you playing to get the grub or are you playing to fight?
I'm playing to fight.
Yes. Okay. It's very
'Cause I don't
important.
have smite.
So that's true, but whenever you're fighting an objective, okay, wait, sorry, let me write this. Differentiate whether you are fighting or taking objective / stealing. Okay. Reason why this is so important is, let's say even if you did have smite, right? The reason why I don't want you to like hop forward and try to steal this is because you would just instantly die. So what needs to happen is they've corralled themselves into the pit. Okay. So no matter what, they need to fight their way out or they will die. So you should stand here, let your Hui throw his abilities, let this Pantheon use his W, and then you go in. Okay? That is exactly what needs to happen if you're fighting. Otherwise you will lose. So let's see what happens. Because look, you see how you like completely forego these two champions and you go for the grubs and the Talon? This cannot happen. If the Malzahar and the Pantheon see you do that, and Pantheon W's on top of your head, and then Malzahar silences you, you're instantly dead. Because you can't E, right? So I want you to be very careful with what you just did. Because you basically just killed yourself for a Talon that can hop over a wall. When in reality, you're a huge amount of DPS here.
Absolutely.
Honestly, you're the main DPS out of all three of these champions. So be very careful. And then you're also like...
Okay, so the idea was right, but I didn't play this correct.
Yeah. The initial idea of like how you wanted to approach the objective was really good. But then, yeah, the way it was played was not exactly the best. Okay. So I'm going to give you this framework for any timer where you are opening up on a map and you just died, okay? So the second we call this the pad. I don't really mind what you call it, but fountain, pad, base, whatever, okay? The second you hit your fountain, I need you to have an idea of what camps you want to do and what objective you're going towards or where you're going to go gank, okay? So Second you recall / respawn. Think of what camps clearing. So, reason why I bring that up is right now there is no Drake, there is no Rift Herald, and you have 5 camps up, okay? So now you need to decide which lane you're gonna path towards right now, the second you hit your pad. So let's look at the tab button. Where where do you want to path towards? Because this is a very hard question. And in game it's gonna be even harder if you don't think about it. So where do you want to path?
I ended up pathing bot, if I remember correctly. My red's coming up, and also I can clear all my camps before dragon spawns. So then clear all my camps, recall, and then be at the strongest when dragon spawns.
Let's say you farmed from bot to top. As you would be going to dragon, you and like fighting dragon, let's say, in about 20 seconds, your Krugs would be respawning. So you'd be on bot side and your bot side camps are respawning. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think I get punished for this actually. Talon invades my top side after drag.
Yeah. I mean, that's like kind of the way I want you to think. The jungle timer is not like exactly fresh in my head. I haven't played jungle in a while, but I think this is like a...
You're good. It's my job to know. You don't have to know that.
Like low-key, it is kind of my job as well, because if I played this game professionally, I should know exactly what other roles want to do, like the same way you wanted to learn what was going on with bot lane. But I think the most important thing is right now when you're moving to this bot fight, what is your objective? Because you're using up a lot of time
to
here.
Get them low enough to do drag.
Okay, so let's see what happens. So you guys are fighting, you're fighting, then your Hui flashes. Okay. So right here, is there any reason why you don't just pull the Drake?
I felt like they were healthy enough to contest, and in low elo, if they can, they will. So I was trying to force a fight because at the game state, I don't know where Talon is right now.
Yes.
And I'm worried they're gonna walk up. I didn't know where Talon was. I didn't know. Okay, if they're gonna walk up, they can die, and so I wanted to hover to make sure that they're not gonna int randomly. And if Talon tries to fight them, then I know. But then when I saw that wasn't gonna happen, I figured, okay, let me pull Drake. I warded Banana Brush because I needed vision because Talon still hadn't shown.
Yes.
I hopped out of the brush because I saw them moving. And I was worried about, and I didn't see Talon yet, so they just cleared my ward. I was under the assumption that Talon was at the dragon fight.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's just
this whole time.
I just want you to think about it. Like, at best, if you are pulling this Drake and Talon is here, what are the numbers for this fight? Like, how many numbers do you guys have? How many numbers do they have?
2v3, 2v4.
You'd be 2v4? With these numbers?
Oh, I'm sorry, 3v3. 3v3.
Yes. Because this guy's out of the fight.
Blitzcrank has to base.
Yes. So the second you're thinking about contesting an objective, I just want you to think about the numbers. So right now, at best, how many people can be here? If the answer is 3v3, do you win the 3v3? That's what you should be asking yourself. Do you think you would?
It's close. It's close. I think I can. It's winnable.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was looking for. So it is winnable. I don't know if you were looking at bot lane like to see what ultimates they had, but at this point, if you don't know whether or not they use the Ashar, you should probably not fight this. Okay. Like this guy's R matters so much, to the point where like if one of you get Ash R'd by her R, like you will just instantly die. So I'm completely fine with you just foregoing this Drake. The only thing is I want you to do it fast. You should just go to your red buff immediately. Don't do this like weird middle ground where you're like going for the Drake, but then you're also going to go farm if they come.
Okay.
So I'd much rather you hard call for the Drake and then you guys fight the Drake and win or lose, or you just go immediately and go farm, because it's much better for you to go for a bad play and go all the way with it rather than go with like no play and try to win like that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because in this situation, you're not getting the Drake, and this talent is getting tempo on your camps, and you're getting nothing, right? So you're kind of like shooting yourself in the foot by staying around here. So never like flip flop between things like this. And even though it was like 5 seconds, 10 seconds maybe at best, this guy is on your, if he's on your wolves right now, like you just lost one of your respawn camps just because of that play. So let's start from the top of this sequence. If you were to right now look at the jungle camp timers and be like, okay, what side do I want to path towards? You would want to end up back on bot side, right? For the Drake. So you could clear from bot to top, reset. Honestly, I would not recommend going for scuttle because you'll be too late. But you clear from bot to top, and then your Krugs will respawn, your Raptors will respawn while you're going for the Drake fight, and then your entire bot side will be up because red buff will respawn, and everything's perfect. You see that?
Okay.
So
yeah,
when you're thinking about where you're opening up on the map, it's really important for you to look at what objective is spawning. So that needs to be your standard or your framework.